Desiree with theastrologyaddiction.com, and thank you so much for watching. I'm a professional astrologer and I practice traditional Hellenistic astrology techniques. I offer readings on natal charts and relationship readings as well to help you find purpose and understanding through the cosmics. Now today's video, I'm going to be going over the 12 houses and the 12 places in astrology to give you guys a better idea of the distinction between each house and maybe help you separate the houses from the astrological signs. Something that I do see being done a lot is connecting the astrological signs to the houses. Like Aries is the first house, Taurus is the second house, Gemini is the third house, so on and so forth. But I think the sooner that you really eliminate and stop doing that, the better your astrology and your understanding of astrology will be. Because the houses are really not connected at all to the signs, especially with traditional astrology. That's more of a modern concept that was brought in and actually causes a lot more confusion and problems than are really needed. I do have a few charts that I'll be putting in here from some courses that I've taken to help you guys kind of see the different places in the chart. And for me, the houses are more of specific like experiences in your life and different facets and areas of your life as a whole. Like having planets, say, in the 8th house doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to be someone who has like scorpionic intense, tendencies. It means more so that those types of things, death, inheritance, shared resources might be a stronger topic in your life. So let me just go through the first house with you and give you my take on how I interpret, the first house. So the first house is the ascendant and the rising sign. It's your body. It's really your spirit, new beginnings. I think that the ascendant does have to do with birth and, your first impression, your first experience on earth. It can also have to do with your attitude and how people perceive you. Now, the second house I see as being more so your money, values, your assets, your resources, your possession, what you do, on a daily basis to make money, like your livelihood is all in the second house. Now, the third house is siblings, relatives, it is neighbors, short distance travel. I think it's communication, early learning, early childhood learning, and community. It can also be transportation, your car, your vehicle, how you get around your community and your neighborhood. Now, the fourth house is where your IC is, and that is your home, your family, your roots, your emotional foundation. Can have to do with your parents and the nurturing parental figure that you had in your life. It can also have to do with some mystical matters in your life. Now, the fifth house is children, it's romance, it is creativity, self-expression, fun. It's, more of a positive house. The sixth house is your health, your fitness, your daily activities, your organization. It is your employees, if you have employees. Sickness, it's the house of enemies. It's the house of bad fortune, sickness, injury, those types of things can kind of come from that sixth house. Now, the seventh house is marriage, spouses, living abroad, mutual sharing, mutual connectivity, contracts in your life, business negotiations, and just, overall the main point of relationships in your chart. Now, the eighth house is the house of death, inheritance, bonding, shared resources, property. Some people put sex here. I really can see sex through the fifth house, the eighth house. You can see sex in every house in the chart if you look hard enough for it, or if you kind of consider the different types of, sexual activity. They can be in the 10th house of power. They can be in the 4th house of home. It can really affect any of the houses. So I don't just place sex in the 8th or the 5th, as some astrologers might. Now, the 9th house is foreign travel. It is higher education, your morals, your ethics. Astrology is there, mystical matters and studies, and maybe even teachers that you might have. The 10th house is your reputation, your career, your advancement in the world, your fame, how people see you, your success, achievements, public image, those types of things. Sometimes you can also see like the father or the more kind of controlling parental figure in the 10th house. Now the 11th house is your friends, your hopes. It is society groups, sometimes, groups or friend groups that you're involved in, social causes that you are involved in, and it's the house of good spirit. Now the 12th house is the house of suffering. It's the unconscious house, the house of enemies, danger, endings, closure. It can be the house of imprisonment, or institutions, mental institutions where they put people away. It's the unseen house, things in your life that are not right on the surface. They're more underlying, and again, unconscious. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick reading of the houses and gave you a better understanding about what the houses in astrology mean and how you can use that to interpret transits and things in your natal chart. But again, I would just encourage you to separate the astrological signs from the houses as soon as possible so that you can kind of eliminate that further merging of confusion, because the houses and the places in the chart are great for predictive techniques, but when you start to blend them with the astrological signs and symbolism, it just brings in more confusion. You shouldn't be connecting Aries with the first house, for example. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in booking a reading with me, my link is in the description box. And if you have any questions, please leave them below. Please leave your comments and feedback below, and please subscribe and like this video. Have a great day. Bye.